Hello YouTube fellow math students and math teachers, DeVore here again, and we are actually going to be doing one of the tasks from Module 6 in the Mathematics Vision Project Math 1 curriculum. It's called Is It Right? And we're actually going to be doing just the first part of it in GeoGebra. That way you can see exactly what it is that you're trying to show. We're just going to do the first experiment together, and I think after you see the first experiment done, then the rest of it will make sense, hopefully. So the thing that we're going to start with is we're going to talk a bit about perpendicular lines. Remember that perpendicular lines are two lines that cross and they make a right angle. And we are going to be looking at what happens with the slope of parallel lines, and perpendicular lines, and we will show how the slopes are related to each other using what we know about geometry. First thing that we're going to get out of the way really quickly is that we know that when we have a horizontal line, like say y equals 2, and then we have a vertical line, say x equals 3, that will always form a right angle. Those are always perpendicular. So, getting that out of the way very quickly here. Alright, but what if we have a line or a line segment that's not horizontal or not vertical? It's on a slope, and we need to be able to show that the two lines are perpendicular. Okay, we're going to start out by taking the points 2, 3, and 4, 7. And we're going to draw a line segment between those two and connect them. That is quite obviously not a horizontal or vertical line. But we have this line segment right here. The slope of this line segment, if we count rise over run, we go up 2 over 1. The slope is 2 between those 2 points. Okay, we're now going to make a point C somewhere on our plane. Our goal is to make a right triangle such that this is the hypotenuse. So this is as good as any. You can either draw your point above or below. I tend to draw it above, personal preference. And we're going to make our little right triangle here. And I'm going to label my point. C is the point 2, 7. And like I said, you can draw the point below if you wish. It will come out the same either way. The way that we know that ABC is a right triangle is because CB is horizontal, CA is vertical, and we already know by definition that these two, when they meet, will make a right angle. That was just from our initial definition. We are going to now rotate this triangle 90 degrees about point A. And just as a note, I tend to rotate things counterclockwise unless I'm told otherwise. It's just personal preference. Now, if I want to rotate this line here 90 degrees, this CA line, I notice that I can make, let's see, this is how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4 units. I can count to the left 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see that when I draw the line segment here, I now have a vertical line and a horizontal line. And lo and behold, this is a 90-degree angle. It's just from our definition. To make the other points, if I'm thinking about how this is folding over, that means my next point should be up here. And here we have my triangle, right here. It's my new triangle. And I just realized I made that wrong. I didn't count it right. There we go, that's better. That's better. Alright. And the reason why we know that I rotated this 90 degrees is I checked with my first line, and then so long as everything is oriented the same, you can see the rotation, I think, when it's 90 degrees. It's a little bit easier to eyeball. Now, Our new hypotenuse here is E A. And I want to find the slope of that. Remember that we're doing rise over run. We go down 1 over 2, which means that the slope of this hypotenuse right here is negative 1/2. Let's say I extended this just for a moment. So this was now a full line, this hypotenuse, and this was now a full line. By definition, because I rotated this whole shape 90 degrees, that means that the relationship between AB and EA is also 90 degrees, which means this is perpendicular. And we have our slope here, which, let me just put in a little text box here. So AB equals 2, so that's my slope for AB. And then EA equals negative 1/2. Okay. It might even be better to say that this one is 2 over 1. So you notice that there's similar numbers. We've got negative 1 over 2 and positive 2 over 1. As you go through the rest of these experiments, and you're going to follow these exact same steps, just you're going to move your initial points around, but you're always going to be making your right triangle. You rotate it, look at the slopes of the hypotenuse, and you should start noticing some patterns. And that's really the purpose of this task, is for you to notice that pattern and figure out how the slopes of perpendicular lines are related. So with that, I am going to close out this video, because I believe that after watching this tutorial, you will be able to do the rest of the experiments by yourself. So this has been DeVore doing Is It Right from the Mathematics Visions Project, Module 6. If you have any questions, please feel free to come in during my office hours. You can also reach me via email or on a message. I'm always happy to help you with whatever you might need from these videos. As always, remember, be awesome, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.